Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We were left with now the last portion of the this introduction of the microeconomics, and we'll be finishing up with this unit today. We were left with beta the causes of the shift, or you can say the rotation in the production possibility curve. Earlier we have put an assumption that our resources are fixed. In order to frame a theory, a concept, we said that the resources are fixed. Now we know that we are dealing in a very dynamic world, and there is a possibility that that the resources and the technology, this could be changing. It could either become obsolete, or it could be, there can be an advancement of the technology, or the resources could be increasing or decreasing. So what happens in such kind of a situation? So we are relaxing this assumption, and then we are seeing that how does the PPC looks like. Okay, so let us study ahead now. Now if there are any causes of the shift in the PPC, first we'll understand the shift. Basically it happens when both your goods on the X and the Y axis are either increasing or decreasing. Okay, so if I say that earlier I was at AB PPC, now due to any reason, the reasons we will be studying ahead, our PPC is shifted outward. So that will be the rightward shift where the resources have increased. Let's say if we were at point capital A at the AB PPC, where we had this much amount of both good X and Y. Now we are shifted to some point Z where we have more of both the commodities. So you can see any point on the A1 B1 PPC will always have more of both the goods X and Y, and any point on the A2 B2 PPC will have less of both the goods. So that is why if any resources is reduced, there will always be a leftward shift. Clear? Now let us understand that what causes the rightward shift. There are two reasons. Either the resources are increasing, which means there is discovery of some new natural resource coming up in the economy, or there is some new machinery, some new upgradation is taking place in the technology, improvement in technology is there. That earlier we were dealing with laptops simultaneously, now we have iPads. Earlier there were floppy disk CDs, now there are no more. VCRs were there. So there's always a rightward shift in the PPC when there is some increase in the resources, and that increase could be because of these reasons on a broader perspective. And of course leftward shift is just opposite to that whenever your resources are decreasing, which means that some non-renewable resources no more there, or it's taking a longer gestation period to have the availability of such a resource, or we can either say that some equipment is now no more there, the production has stopped, so or any technology has become obsolete. Now new updations are coming up, AI is coming up, so the previous technology is at a they are no more working as compared to the current scenario. So if any of these situations happen, your PPC will be shifting towards the left. Clear? So now let us understand this with the help of few examples, like what kind of questions you can expect in the examination. If there's a shift from the steam to the diesel and electric engine, so it's a kind of a better technology that we have, right? So what will happen? It will again cause the rightward shift in the PPC, and this is how beta your PPC will look like, right? So if we were earlier at the PPC, now because of this better technology we are shifting rightwards where we have P1 PPC, right? So we have both more of good X and Y. This is how you will show in the exam, and this is how the reason you have to give. So with the help of this flow chart, it is easier to understand and analyze the concept. Other way around, if we say that there's a flood in Kerala, it will always cause the destruction in the human resource. So there will always be a leftward shift in the PPC. So earlier if we were at AB PPC, now because of this particular reason there is a decrease in the human life, so you can say decrease in human resource, which causes the leftward shift in the PPC, and we are here at A1 B1 PPC, which means less of both the commodities X and Y. Now second part is the rotation of the PPC. Now beta rotation means when only one particular good is either increasing or decreasing, because there is a possibility that not both the goods, the resources have not increased for both the commodities. So if there is an increase in the resources of, let's say, commodity X, so earlier we were at OQ level of commodity. Now due to the increase in resources only for the x-axis, we are now moving towards the OQ1. So there is a Q1, QQ1 is the increase in the resources. However, we remain at point OA for good Y. Similarly, it could also happen if there is any good on the y-axis, that good on the x-axis remains the same, so we have OQ amount of the commodity. However, in the y-axis, earlier we were at OA, and due to the increase in resources, we are now shifting towards the OA1 resource, right? So this is how you have to understand rotation. Basically, you are rotating the angle. You are at the same point over here, let's say, and you're rotating the angle. So that's called the rotation in the PPC, where only the change is taking place for one commodity, right? Okay, let us understand this also with the help of some example. Let's say we have two goods, and mangoes and rice, and the technology only improves for the production of rice. So the PPC will rotate towards the right only for the production of rice. So this is how it looks. The same way that I have made the previous slide we just understood. So exactly the same way the PPC will rotate right only towards the production of rice, since nothing is changing for mango, so it will stay at OA. Okay. So now let us take some few more examples. So you just need to understand for better clarity. Let's have an exercise. So if there is any Make in India campaign, of course we are producing more goods, so the PPC will shift towards the right. Any such scheme which is improving the human resource, of course the PPC will shift towards the right. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, again you are looking at the cleanliness, about the environment, sustainability, so of course the PPC will be shifting towards the right. If there's any large scale outflow of the foreign capital, so we are not earning out of it, so it will shift towards the left, right? Due to earthquake, many factories have destroyed. This we have already done, like the example of floods in Kerala, so of course it will shift towards the left. And large number of technical training institutions started by the government. So these kind of examples you can expect. You can never expect a direct question that is coming. So these application based statements will be given. So you have to then give your answers accordingly. Okay. So this is the impact of the PPC on when we take such kind of examples. Moving ahead. Now this is one of the this is one of the hot question that comes in the examination, and the students majorly do a mistake over here. They think that okay, there is a massive unemployment and there will be a shift in resource. So this is one of the exceptions to it, beta. What is unemployment? First you need to understand. The word itself says that there is underutilization of resources. You have that capability with you, but you are not getting the job as per your skill set, right? Or we can say that there are resources are not up to the optimum capacity. There is inefficiency of resources. So we reach to the point G. If let's say we were at point E, which denotes full and efficient utilization of resources, due to any sort of unemployment, people are not getting the jobs in the market, so which means that the resources are getting inefficient. So we will automatically move to point G. So this is nothing to do with the shift. Please remember, it's one of the major question you have to understand. This unemployment basically reflects the underutilization of resources, and we have understood, beta, that underutilization of resources at point G will always there somewhere inside the PPC. Okay, so now just a conclusion to the entire exercise. Just we are taking this PPC curve and we have two goods with us, let's say wheat and apples. So just an outline of this PPC. Any point on the PPC, beta, will always represent full employment of resources, or you can say that the efficient use of resources, right? Any point inside the PPC will always signify underutilization of resources, and any point which is outside the PPC, it could be attainable or unattainable. If there is a growth of resources, like we have the GH PPC, it denotes that there has been a growth of resource, right, where we are relaxing the assumption that the resources are given. We are telling that okay, the resources have actually increased. In that case, beta, due to technological improvement or any other reason, there will be economic growth, or you can say growth of resources in the economy. So this was our first unit, introduction of the microeconomics. So here we are over with it. So hope you have understood the entire videos that I have uploaded, and in case if there's any doubt, do let me know. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.